Hey there, and welcome back to Unstuck. I'm Robin Goldenberg here at Strategy Leaders. And today's episode is for the business owner who's in that weird in between season where on paper everything is working, sales are coming in, clients are happy, the team is handling things, you're hitting goals, but internally, something feels off. You feel stuck, but not for those usual reasons. You're not overwhelmed, you're not in a crisis, you're not lost. You just feel this low level resistance, this sense of, I should feel great about this. So why don't I? Let's unpack that today. So, let's talk about the working but weird feeling. So, I call this the productive plateau. It's when your business is operating, your team is in place, you're not drowning, but you feel like you've hit a ceiling and you're not sure if it's internal or structural. This is one of the most disorienting phases of growth because nothing is wrong per se, and yet something feels off. Clients have told me, I feel like I should be more excited about this. Things are calm, but I'm restless. I don't know what's next, and I'm scared to break what's working. I'm bored, and that feels wrong. You might even feel a little guilty about it, like, I asked for ease. I wanted stability. And now that I have it, I honestly miss the momentum. Listen, I hear that all the time. This is super common. It's totally normal. I've also been there. But this is also a sign. So let's talk about what that signal might be telling you. So I really believe that this is all pointed to signs that you've outgrown your strategy. There are three patterns I see with clients who are in this space. The first one is that you're still running a short term operating system. So when you got started, your strategy was about solving pain, like getting cash in the door, hiring someone to get things off your plate, building out how you're going to deliver your core delivery. And now that those things are stable, the strategy hasn't evolved. You're still solving problems reactively like a firefighter instead of steering intentionally like a CEO. So the business is running, but it's not moving. The next one is that you're challenged. The next one is that you're not challenged, you're actually trapped. What used to feel energizing now just feels repetitive. Your days are predictable, but not purposeful. And this happens when the founder hasn't evolved their role in sync with the business. You're still inside the machine instead of designing how it runs. So when we talk to business owners about this, we talk about how much are you working in the business versus on the business. When you stay too long in that operator seat where you're working in the business, inside the machine, it's almost impossible to feel that momentum, even if the business is technically moving. What we do a lot of times is give our clients the ability to see kind of like, okay, you're feeling this way, but I want to show you how revenue's growing, how your profitability is up, how you're hitting all these other metrics. And that tends to help when someone can help you see the bigger picture and reassure you that, yes, it's actually moving. Now, how do we help you, right? To feel it. So the third thing here is that you haven't reset the vision. So you hit that original target, or at least you got close enough, but now you haven't set the next target. Your strategy has nothing to stretch towards, and you're stuck in that good enough land, which eventually turns into a drag. Working without direction becomes stagnation. And as business owners, we're very attuned to solving the next problem because our brains thrive on that. That's why we started our businesses. And so when we start to work with without direction, when things start to feel stagnant, when we're sitting in, well, I guess this is good enough, it becomes very hard to deal with. So, what do you do when everything's working but you feel stuck? So, here's what I recommend if you're in this phase. First, I want you to remember that this is totally normal. It happens to every business owner in varying levels of degrees. So, the first one really is to zoom out. I want you to ask yourself, if this is the next 3 years, am I excited about it? And what would need to shift for this to feel aligned again? And what are the parts I've outgrown, even if they feel fine? You're not fixing a fire, you're tuning the engine. Number two is to revisit your strategic lens. Your next phase of growth probably isn't about more, it's about better. So, better positioning, better processes, better pricing, better team structure, better use of time. Realign your strategy around what this season actually demands, not what last year required or not what it required for you to start this business and get it to where it is now. And then three, I want you to redefine your role as the owner, as the CEO, as the founder. If you're still the one running the machine, the business will probably grow, but you're not going to. So I want you to ask yourself, what do I actually want my day to day to look like? Where do I add the most value now? And what's my next evolution of leadership? This is the bridge between that stuck feeling and being able to scale. This isn't how do I fix the business because there isn't per se anything to really fix, but how do I evolve the business so it fits where I'm going as the owner, as the founder, as the CEO? So if you're in the season where everything is working, but it just doesn't feel right, I really urge you to trust that signal. It doesn't mean you're broken. It means you've outgrown the strategy that got you here. And that's honestly actually a great sign. It means that it's time to zoom out. It's time to reset your lens and to step into the next version of your business and yourself. So, next week, we're going to talk about org charts and how to rebuild your structure to match where you're going, not where you started, and not in the corporate jargony, weird way, org charts in a tangible way that is actually relevant to you growing your business and stabilizing and scaling. So I'd love for if you would subscribe to Unstuck wherever you get your podcasts. I will keep it audio only for the time being. I think that is easier for everyone. And if you could share this with the business owner in your life who is stuck in the fine but restless season, I would really love that. Let's evolve. Let's get unstuck, and I'll see you next week.